This one.
Yeah.
That one definitely got melted before. Oh, it is melted. Look at that. I wonder what that was for. Yeah, that thing got hot. I'll have to check the diagram then and see what that was for.
Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep.
What's going on, YouTube? Today we're going to be working on my parents' Corrado. It's been down for a while. It's had some electrical issues. It kept frying batteries. I think I narrowed it down to a fuse box. So we're going to get in there, get this thing out of the garage, and try and replace a fuse box and see if we can get this thing running today. Right, TJ? Mint. What is this, 2018? Before we can get started, I got to move TJ's car because he's too pussy to move his own car.
Yep.
My own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright. It's hard to breathe, but that's alright.
Are they gonna reach? They're close. If we move some of this shit. Hey, it runs.
All right. After moving every car in the driveway, we're finally going to be able to move the Passat. Don't mind that, it needs a rack. And a head gasket. Now she's back to where she sat for like 3 years. Yeah, what do you think about this, Zach?
I mean, it feels like a turd because if it sits, it needs driven.
Oh, here's Matthew and his monster truck.
Oh my God, it's the elusive Matt Boyer 28. Where's that camera from? No, I got one. I got a gimbal too. I'm getting all set for H2O.
You want some red line action again?
Red line, the lifted Subi. Bro, you're smoking! You're smoking, bro! I guess he's ready for H2O.
This thing don't care.
How much do you have into this?
What do you mean, money?
Yeah, you bought it dirt cheap, didn't you?
550 bucks.
And you've been driving it for what, 2 years?
Yeah, it's got 270,000 miles on it.
He drives it to work, he drives it through the creek, he doesn't give a fuck. Alright, now we can finally move this fucking turd out of the garage. It looks so sexy sitting in there, doesn't it? I know. Maybe we should just leave it sitting here for a while.
I wanna taste
It sees daylight. For the first time in years, it has seen daylight. That's what we got to replace, that fuse box right there. I'm gonna take the knee bar out for some more room. Got another fuse box right there from one of my turds. Okay, so we're not gonna remove the whole knee bar because it runs the whole way across. You can take it out. It's 2 bolts on each side. You just rotate it down, twist it out. It's kind of a pain in the ass to fit out of there, but we don't need to do that to replace the fuse panel. Right here, you're looking at the fuse box. It's hanging down already. Usually it's clipped in a little bit higher so you don't kick it when you're working the clutch. But here's another fuse box out of the car just to show you how this works. There's a slider here. You want to pull that guy out and then you'll be able to unplug all the plugs. For the most part, I don't think you can really mess them up where they go, but you want to pay attention to what goes where. There is some color-coded diagrams you can find online of where each plug does, and it's a complete wire pin out of what everything's for. You can find that on a2resource.com, I believe it is, or GTI 16 valve or something like that. I'll try and find it and post it in the description. The first thing I did was disconnect all these add-on relays and fuses from the fuse box. Next, we're gonna go through, and I was wrong, that slider doesn't come the whole way out. You just pull it a little bit. You can see it right here. So now I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect all the plugs on the front of the fuse box, and then we're gonna disconnect the rears, and then hopefully put everything back the way it was in the new fuse box. Okay, I have all the front wires disconnected. Kind of hard to see here. Now we're gonna go and connect the disconnect the wires on the back. This is the easy part. Anyone can do this. It's putting all those wires back, but we should be able to do it. So we're comparing both these fuse boxes here, and I noticed looking at all the terminals on these, they all look gold in color. But if you look at some of these, like the main ones here, they're like copper. They look a lot darker, like they would have got hot, and like some of those. I'm really hoping this fuse box is the problem of the short. It is common for these things to burn up, so at least with the Corrados. We're going to go ahead and swap over all the fuses and relays while it's out, because it'll be easier that way. So there we go. You want to film that?
It's like Legos.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just don't fuck up.
There's the orange. I think that's just normal.
Yeah, all the things on the other side, some of them literally look burnt. So.
Yeah. I should have did a time lapse. Oh yeah, look at that. Freaking, it's in there so goddamn tight it fucking pulled the fuse apart. What the fuck? I believe we have one of those laying around. Look at this one.
Yeah.
That one definitely got melted before. Oh, it is melted. Look at that. I wonder what that was for. Yeah, that thing got hot. I'll have to check the diagram then and see what that was for. Okay, so I was looking up the fuse diagram here, and it looks like number 4 was one of the fuses that was missing. That's the rear wiper system, not worried about that. 9, heated rear windscreen, not worried about that. 15 was engine functions, and that was the one that was all burnt up. So I'm wondering if the ECU in this thing might be bad. So before we hook a battery up to this, I want to go get my I have a spare ECU from when I did the OBD2 swap in mine, so I want to grab that. What else? 18 fuel pump. I think that one just broke when I pulled it out. I'm not sure. I don't remember. 21 interior lights. So some of those fuses were broken, some were stuck in. The one was burnt to hell. That was the engine functions one. So I'm wondering if we didn't fry an ECU or something. But anyway, I'm gonna get this back in, and then maybe I'll go make a trip and try and find my other ECU. So here's a better view of this thing that you got to move to get everything unplugged. If you see, all the slots here line up with the plug, so with it pulled in that position, you can plug and unplug everything. With it like this, it locks everything in so nothing can fall out. So
do that hand motion again.
Is that spot on?
Yeah.
Muscle memory. Alright, I'm not gonna film myself plugging these in one by one, but it's probably gonna be a bitch, so we will see you when it's all hooked up. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap up tonight's video. I got the fuse box back in. There's a couple wires that I'm not sure if they get plugged in or not, so I gotta do some research and make sure it's some single wires. That I know there was some extra stuff there that wasn't plugged in before we started.
So we can get this down to H2O.
I don't think we're gonna get it down to H2O, but that'd be fucking awesome. So I'm gonna do some research on those wires, and then I'm gonna grab my spare ECU and bring that over in a multimeter and do some testing so we don't fry anything else when we go to start this thing up.
What are you doing?
He's playing with the e-brake.
What are you videoing?
Because they said they were going to push it in, but now a minute later. Do you know how to put an e-brake down?
I'm trying not to break it.
Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities.
Take a joke.
I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach.
Watch that nose
Cross
there.
out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright.